Hello, everyone. My name is Manar Salamah, and I am a doctoral candidate in workforce education development, human resource development, organizational development, under Department of Learning and Performance System at Penn State University. Welcome to my presentation today in crafting meaningful work and life. So let's start with the Branson 2007. He said that individual person had the right to choose for themselves their own pattern of life, to decide in conscience what convictions to espouse, and to determine the shape of their lives in a whole host of ways that their ancestors were not able to do. So I was thinking, since individuals have the right to choose what works best for themselves, my study will focus on job crafting as a tool to individual can use to reshape their job and life and to fit with their needs and motives, thus have a meaningful work and life. So to get there, it's very important first to understand the background of the study, the problems, and the purpose. So let's start with that. I'm working as in a very famous university back in Saudi Arabia, and I have discovered that the demographic workforce in Saudi Arabia is now changing. More women are entering the labor market and reinforcing the workforce demographic. However, like many of these women have children or elderly people who need to take care of them and are struggling between like how their family obligation affect their work and how their work affect their family. So I found like many teachers or women, especially women in higher education, are struggling with the inadequacies of the top-down job design approach. And as we know that one size cannot fit all, this will result to reducing their sense of hope and having an imbalance between work and home. So, and I found that also both work and life are important to individuals and require like energy, time, and emotional effort. So the imbalance like between like personal and professional life can create many problems at the organization. For example, we will have low work engagement, we will have low job satisfaction, we will have a high turnover in tension, as well as low organizational commitment. So since both the family rule and the work rule are interdependent, and both work and family are very important for Saudi women, and because Saudi women have a resistance in succeeds in both roles and contributing to economic development, it becomes like very critical to understand the relationship between job crafting, hopeful career states, work-life balance, and work engagement. And to see how job crafting can predicting the work engagement, mediating by the hopeful career states and moderating by work-life balance. And we see in the literature that job crafting defined as the self-initiated changes that employees make in their job demand and job resources to attain and optimize their personal work goal. So we see also that instead of the top management designing their job, employees can take a proactive behavior to redesign their job to fit with their needs and motives. And so they can crafting their job through increasing social job resources, the feedback, coaching, social support, increasing structural job resources, like increasing the autonomy, the opportunity for development, or increasing the challenging job demands, like adding new tasks, more responsibilities, volunteering for projects, Or they can also decreasing hiring job demands through reducing the number of interactions with others. And so when they reducing the number of interaction with others, this will help them to perform well, attain the outcome, remain healthy and satisfied, minimizing emotional, physical, mental demand, or all can be by decreasing the workload to maintain employees from the stress and burnout and ensure that employees' work does not take over their lives. We also found by crafting their job, that can help in improving individual person job fit, improving the employees' intrinsic and extrinsic motivation, improving their career success, improving their work engagement, as well as improving the organization commitment and effectiveness. So it's like a win-win situations. It's not only affecting employee, but also affecting organization as a whole. For the work-life balance, it's defined in the literature as the individual perception that work and non-work activities are compatible and promote growth in accordance with an individual's current life priorities. And we see that this definition describes the balance as related to the individual preference of the rule silence, like whether a person would rather spend more or less time on work and non-work activities, with understanding that this perception can shift over time as life priorities change. And that perception of balance can also lead to development in work and non-work domain. We also found in the literature that work-life balance considered as a top 10 workplace trends, and the job demands very significant antecedents of work-life balance, and individual can be an active manager to their work-life balance. And also work-life balance is very critical for women motivation, commitment, performance, because it can help in reaching higher level of work engagement. For the hopeful career state, we found that hope is defined as a belief in one's ability to deduce paths to desired goals and inspires oneself to follow those paths using agency thoughts. We found also hopeful career states considered as a psychological resources and antecedents also for work engagement, and can predict many positive outcomes such as job satisfaction, work engagement, happiness, commitment, and others positive outcomes. So at the end, we need to enhance employees' work engagement, and the work engagement or engaged employees are those who characterized with the vigor, resistance, deduction, and absorptions, and can deal well with their job demand. So through using the job demand resource perspective of job crafting, employees can achieve their work engagement through increasing job resources and challenging job demand and decreasing their hindering job demand, so they can better fit with their job and thus become more energetic, deduction, and absorbed. So the evolution and the sampling of this study, we are focusing on the faculty and staff women working in higher education, specifically in two nonprofit organizations, two universities located in Midwestern part of Saudi Arabia. So those are our population. And then we will be using random symbol to choose, and then using the computer random number generator to select the symbol, estimating a symbol size with a 95% confidence interval and a 5% margin of error. Then the method that we are going to use is the Qualtrics online survey that electronically will be sent to all participants. And to measure this relationship, we are combining 4 valid and reliable instruments: job crafting skill, work-life balance, the outreach work engagement survey, and the hopeful career state. So each instrument can be used to measure specific things. Uh, and at the end, we expect that we will be understanding the connection between the four critical variables, which can help us enhance employees or women, especially women work engagement. At the same time, those women can have a work-life balance, and at the same time also we enhance their hopeful career states. And this can be all by using the job crafting as a tool to enhance work engagement. Thank you so much. At the end of this presentation, thank you so much for listening to my presentation. And these are my emails. Please feel free to send me the question or suggestions or any advice. Thank you again so much for listening.